a course where we get to understand the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah chooses whom He wills to be part and parcel of this. So may Allah accept from us. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Khair. So as we know, we're going to get directly into the homework, and the homework that was given last week was the halat exercises. So again, get into groups, go through the homework. If there's anything particular that you don't understand, anything particular you need advice on, anything particular that's not making sense, then the facilitators and myself will be available, and please make use of them. Please make use of myself as well. We are there to assist, we are there to facilitate, and make this process of learning easy, inshaAllah.
Minutes. Yeah. And then
okay, I think what I can do very quickly with you guys to assist the process, we can go through the translation, and then at least you have a correct understanding of the translation of these particular sentences, and then with one another you can go through the Haal and the Sabab, and then I'll make my way around, inshallah, for two reasons: to see who did their homework, and for anyone that needs assistance. So number one, Fatimatu talibatun min al-Madinah. Translate. Fatima is a student from Medina. Okay, Fatima is a student from Medina. From the city. From the city. Medina will be translated as city over here. Someone actually asked me that question last week. That's correct. From the city. Ar-rajulu muslimun salihun. Translate. The man is a pious Muslim. Muslim being, if you translate it literally, it's one who submits to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. we can leave it as Muslim as it's understood in the context. So he's a pious or religious Muslim. Number 2, Ramadanu shahrun mubarakun. There's supposed to be a tanween at the end of Mubarak. Mubarakun. Ramadanu shahrun mubarakun. Translate. Ramadan is a blessed month. Excellent. Al-Qur'anu kitabun jamilun. The Quran is it's a beautiful book, mashallah. Nasarat al-muallimatu at-talibati. Nasarat al-muallimatu at-talibati. Translate. The teacher, so it's feminine, so the female muallima, the teacher, helped. Talibat is the students, plural, female students. Nasarat al-muslimata at-talibatani. This is a tricky one. Let's see if we can get this one right. Nasarat al-muslimata at-talibatani. Nasarat al-muslimata at-talibatani. Translated. The two students helped the female Muslim. That's correct. How did you get that right? Sorry? Yes. So notice the word Muslim, Muslimata, is in halat al-nasb. That cannot be the doer. That cannot be the doer. Talibatani, that's halat al-raf, that's ani. So that is the doer. There's examples like this that come in Quran as well. And it's very, very important again to understand that the doer is always in halat al-raf. And the done upon is always in halat al-nasb. And if you don't know that, you're going to translate it the other way around. The verb is nasarat, that's fine. At-talibatani, not talibani, talibatani. Talibatani. Talib is a student. Talibani is two students. Talibatun, talibatani, two female students. She helped. So what's the problem? Yes, it's fine. The verb will be in the singular form only when the doer is in the verb. Or Eli, how do you use it? Eli. At the end, then it will show it. Then you won't have a doer next to it. Only when it's at the end. So say for example you have Nasaru or Nasarta or Nasarti or Nasartunna. Then you won't have a doer on the left hand side. Eli on the end to the left and inside. So when it is to the left, then you won't see it on there. That is just to show that it's feminine. It's a feminine form. The same like for example, okay, the other example is singular. But just know that that is just to show femininity. So you won't show the number on the verb when there is the doer on the side, on the left hand side. Everyone got that? So the question is, it's talking about two female students, but the verb is singular. The verb should be singular. It's only to show that it's feminine. That's fine? Okay. Okay, so the discussion there is the word Muslimata is in halat al-nasb. You know that the doer cannot be in halat al-nasb, so you can't translate that as a doer. And the word at-talibatani, ani is raf. So you know that is raf, so that is the doer. So the example that comes in Quran, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about Ibrahim. And this is a very nice example to know that you have to be very careful as to how the construction of the sentence comes. It says وَإِذِ ابْتَلَى إِبْرَاهِيمَ فَتْحَ رَبُّهُ. Notice the change around. وَإِذِ ابْتَلَى إِبْرَاهِيمَ رَبُّهُ. Now the verse translates as, and remember when Ibrahim's Lord tested him. But notice Ibrahim comes first, but there's a fatha. So you know that cannot be the doer. And the word Rabb comes second with the Dhamma. So if you translate it the other way around, and remember when Ibrahim tested his Lord, you're basically making shirk in the Quran, and that's the seriousness of it. So there's a nice example, and here it comes as well. Okay, let's continue. فتح المسلمون بابا في المسجد في المدينة. Translated, the Muslims opened a door, sorry, fil masjid, I mean just like they fil masjidi, in the masjid, fil, in the city. Everyone got that translation? Good. (5.3) Number 1, ذهب الولد الكبير من البيت الصغير إلى المسجد الكبير. The big boy went from the small house to the big masjid. ذهب الولد الكبير, the big boy went من البيت الصغير, from the small house, إلى المسجد الكبير, to the big masjid. Everyone got that? Number 2, ذهب الرجال إلى المدرسة الصغيرة في المدينة الكبيرة. Translate, the men went to the small madrasa. Madrasa is, what is madrasa? To the small school in the big city. Excellent. ونصر الرجال المسلمين الصالحين في المدينة الصغيرة. Excellent. Madrasa is school, and the men, they helped al-muslimina, halatu nasb, the Muslims that they were pious, they were righteous, they were religious, fil madrasati saghirati, in the small madrasa, in the small school. Lovely. وشكر المسلمون الصالحون الرجال وفتح الرجال المدرسة الصغيرة. Translated, okay, so the pious Muslims, the religious Muslims, they thanked ar-rijala, they thanked the men, wa fataha, and ar-rijalu, the men opened al-madrasata, the school that was as-saghirata, small. I only hear one group translating. MashaAllah. MashaAllah and not MashaAllah. MashaAllah for you ladies, but we want to hear the rest. I hear no men again. Guys, time to wake up. Okay, 5.4. Number 1, دخل المدرسة الصغيرة الرجال. Here's a tricky one. وسمعوا الأذان. MashaAllah. So there's another example. The dua comes later. Okay, al-madrasata fatha, can't be the dua. As-saghirata fatha, it's the sifa of madrasa. Ar-rijalu dhamma, that is the dua. So the men opened the small school, wasami'u, and they heard the adhan. There's the example, wasami'u, they heard the dua is on there. So you don't see a dua to the left. You see, that's the example I said like earlier. If the dua is on, then you won't see it to the left. If it's to the left, then it will just show a sign of femininity on the verb. There was a question? Going a bit fast. Okay, this is homework. I'm just running through the homework, but we can slow down inshallah, no problem. Is there anything that I need to go back? The previous one. Number 1. Sorry? Number 4. وشكر المسلمون. Okay. So our ladies on the chairs, can you translate it for us? Number 4, please. The example for you ladies, they're like a good example. They look after them. Go for it. Now they're shy now. They don't translate anymore. Okay. Shakara is to thank. وشكر المسلمون الصالحون. They are the doers. There's a mawsuf sifa construction. And, yes, and وَشَكَرَ الْمُسْلِمُونَ الصَّالِحُونَ. The Muslimun as-salihuna, they are the doer. That's a mawsuf sifa construction. So the pious or religious Muslims, males, many, they thanked and they thanked. Who did they thank? Ar-rijala, fatha, that is the maf'ul. And then wa and fataha, to open. Who opened? Ar-rijalu, the doer. The men opened al-madrasata as-saghirata, the small school. Everyone got that? Space okay? Okay. Is there any others that I went a bit too fast with? A bit louder? Okay, so the wa is right in the beginning. So it's just to start the sentence. And there's something extra in number 3. It says Haal, alama, alamatun, and sabab. Alama is the sign that indicates to why it's in that hal. Alama means sign. So say for example, I say it is halatu raf, and then I'll ask, what's the alama to raf? What's the sign of raf? It will be the dhamma. The dhamma is either apparent, dhahira, or muqaddara, it's hidden. So if I say, for example, in the same example, al-muslimina, muslimina is halatu nasb. What's the alamatu nasb? What's the sign that it's in nasb? The ina. Got that? So alama over there means, alama means sign. Anything else that I went a little bit too fast with? Okay, the brothers want to say the whole page. No, I can't do your homework for you, brothers. You have to do it at home. We're only checking the homework. Okay, Khair, what number are we on now? Number 2 on 5.4. Okay. فذكروا الله وقرأوا القرآن وخرجوا من المدرسة. Translate. So they remembered Allah, and qara'u, they recited or they read al-Qur'ana, the Qur'an, and again, and kharaju, they went out or they left min al-madrasa, from the school, they left the school. Everyone got that? Pace is okay? One, two, three, yes. There's 3 over there, that's correct. And then from English to Arabic, the 2 boys studied in the big mosque. Who's going to try? Go for it. Allah, excellent. MashaAllah, round of applause. Well done, well done, well done. Excellent, beautiful. Khair. And then, so, Darasa, to study. Darasa al-waladu al-kabiru. It's the tawilu, yes. Darasa al-waladu al-tawilu fil masjidi al-kabiri. Darasa al-waladu al-tawilu fil masjidi al-kabiri. Everyone got that? Okay, you're writing in Arabic, so it's going to be a bit slower now. Tayni saghiraini, that's correct. So it can't be saghiraini though. The sifa must agree with bintain. So it's bintaini, but saghira, saghirataini. It must agree in gend. So nasara al-muslimuna bintaini saghirataini. Nasara al-muslimuna bintaini saghirataini. Tayni. Everyone got that? Okay, so quickly check with a partner, go through the Haal and the Sabab. Go through the Haal and the Sabab. We'll give a few minutes for that, about 10 to 15 minutes. Then we're going to do a quick revision of one of the fragments, one of the murakkabs, Mawsuf Sifa that you've done, and then we're going to do a new lesson today. So switch your thinking caps on. This it's a nice lesson, can be a little, but we try to make it as simple and simplify it as much as possible. Question? Nasara al-Muslimuna. No, it won't be plural. The Muslims will only be plural, and the verb remains in the singular form. Oh, the only time that it will be plural is if it doesn't show the doer on the left, when the doer is on. So you can't say Nasaru al-Muslimuna. That will be incorrect. Nasara al-Muslimuna. Everyone got that? Okay, good. Sorry? Not necessarily, but it would be better because it's a Jumlatul Fi'liyah. There's a verb involved, so it's better to start with the verb. But it is not necessary to start with the verb. If you do it the other way, so the question that one of the brothers asked, do you have to start with the verb? You don't have to. This is a Jumlatul Fi'liyah, so it makes it easier. But you don't have to. If, however, you start the other way around, you start with al-Muslimuna, verb must show the sign of plural. So al-Muslimuna nasaru, because you're referring back to them. Okay? But it's Jumlatul Fi'liyah, so it's better to start with the verb, makes it easier. If I have a male and a female, I don't know. We're gonna have to check that example. Maybe I'll write it down and see what verb comes first. Okay, but just go through the Haal and the Sabab very quickly. If there's any that you're not sure of regarding the Haal, regarding the Sabab, the facilitators are there. I'll be making my way around as well, and then we quickly just look through that, and then we'll go on to a quick revision of one of the fragments. Mawsuf Sifa, you've done it already, and then we're doing a new lesson today, Mudaf, Mudafun ilayh. Okay, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Let's continue. On a general, from me going around, starting with the guys, and then coming over to the girls, I think everyone's struggling with these particular exercises. I don't know if it was too much homework or you're just not making time to do your homework. But just some feedback quickly, because I can't go on to the next lesson, which is Mudaf, Mudaf ilayh, which is a little bit more technical. It's a simple lesson, but it's a little technical. And the work that you're currently doing is not yet, consolidated. I think, I don't know, personally, by going through now, maybe the homework was a little bit too much. It was too much. That was the instructions I was given, so don't shoot the messenger. I'm filling in for Mullah Khalil's class. Okay, so I think it might have been too much. The other thing is maybe from my side we should go through the analysis of as much as we can. I think what we can do now, I'm not going to teach Mudaf, Mudaf ilayh. We're going to go through maybe one page grammatical analysis. I'm going to try to, we rip it apart now inshallah and make dua that Allah opens up for all of us. But you have to give me commitment. You have to give me commitment. There must be a little bit of effort for the homework. A little bit of effort. You can't see 4 pages and you say, I'll come and do nothing. At least do 1 page and you can say, I tried my best with this 1 page, I made some effort, Allah loves effort. وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. Allah promises, if you make effort, then He will open up for you. He will guide you. He will facilitate your path. But it has to come from you. Okay, so can we take that commitment? Yes, everybody. Everybody. Inshallah, khair. Okay, so I'm going to go through one exercise now. We're going to look at the grammatical analysis of each of the words. If there's any questions, then please ask. Okay, so page number... Okay, so we're starting with 5.2. 5.2, and we'll try to finish all of it up until number 4, and hopefully that would have assisted. Next week we'll go through 5.3, and if time allows us 5.4 as well. So okay, so last week we did a summary. Every word you look at, if it's not a verb, it's going to consist of what we covered: gender, it's either going to be masculine or feminine. Encasing, there's going to be a Haal. A, U, I, or an, un, in, Halatul Raf, Halatul Nasb, Halatul Jar. It's going to have a number, and it's either going to be definite or indefinite. So that when you look at any word, you'll be able to determine that. Then in sentences like we are doing now, it's either going to be based on a Jumlatul Fi'aliyah. What is that? A sentence that starts with a verb. So if you see a verb there, immediately the rules of Jumlatul Fi'aliyah must apply. If you don't remember, just make reference to it. Make reference to it. There's going to be a verb, there's going to be a doer, and possibly a done upon. That's all. Just make reference to it. Go back to the lesson, Jumlatul Fi'aliyah. It's going to take you a little bit extra time, but the more you do it, the more it's going to become natural. You're not going to have to make reference to it anymore. If it starts with a ism, but you see it's a sentence, that means it's a Jumlatul Ismiyah. Mubtada and Khabar. That's all. Just apply those laws. Break it up. If it's a sentence, it's one of two: Jumlatul Ismiyah or Jumlatul Fi'aliyah. Everyone got that? If it is Jumlatul Fi'aliyah, refer to your notes on Jumlatul Fi'aliyah. There's going to be a verb, there's going to be a doer, and a possible done upon. If it is Jumlatul Ismiyah, it's Mubtada and Khabar. So having said that, whatever comes in the sentence is going to have a Haal and it's going to have a reason. If it's a Jumlatul Fi'aliyah, it starts with a verb. The doer is always in what Haal? The doer, guys, is always in what Haal? Halatul Raf. So when you see the verb and there's a doer connected to it, you're going to say, for example, the Sabab. Let's just go to the fourth number 4, just to give an example of it being a verb with a doer. Fataha. Fataha is a verb. You know this is a Jumlatul Fi'aliyah. So you're going to look for the verb. The word next to that is Al-Muslimuna. Muslimuna. What Haal is that in? Halatul Raf. The doer is always in what Haal? Bitazain. Eye contact. The doer is always in what Haal? Bitazain. Halatul Raf. So you know when they ask, what is this? Sabab or Haal. The Haal is Halatul Raf, and the Sabab, the reason it is in that Haal is because it is the doer, it is the fa'il. It is the doer of the verb that comes before that. Does everyone have that? So whenever you see a verb, you're going to look for the doer. The doer is always going to be in Halatul Raf. So here the example is Fataha, to open. We're looking for the doer. The word Al-Muslimuna is the doer. It's in Halatul Raf. So the Haal of the word Muslimuna is Halatul Raf. You know that because of your table, Una. And the reason why it's Halatul Raf is because it is the doer. It's the fa'il of the verb Fataha. Alhamdulillah. There you got the Haal and the Sabab of one of the words. One step forward. And that's all you need to do. The other thing I would highly recommend that's really going to assist you through your stay in this particular class is try to have a group that you may be sitting with once a week. That forces you, Wallah, it forces you. You're going to come there, the one's going to look at you, didn't do your homework, why didn't you do your, okay, come we do it together. And then you are forced to break it down like I'm breaking it down now. Okay, so try to, you're sitting in groups already, maybe the way you're sitting now, try to meet up once a week, see what time is comfortable, what day is comfortable, and just sit with us, break it down like I've broken it down now. It becomes second nature. You're going to be teaching here one day, inshallah, through sitting, group work, and assisting one another. May Allah subhanahu accept. So, is everyone with me so far? Fataha is a verb. We're looking for the doer. Al-Muslimuna is Halatul Raf. And why is it Halatul Raf? Because it's the fa'il. The word Baban. Baban. What Hal is this? Nasb. Everyone agree that it's Nasb? Guys at the back. Yazid, you agree that it's Nasb? MashaAllah. Ladies, do you agree that it's Nasb? So now we have to find the reason as to why it's nasb. So if you look at the translation, the Muslims opened the door. In your Jumlatul Fi'liya, if you go to your reference, there's normally a fi'l, a verb, there's a doer, and there's a done upon. In Arabic, maf'ulun bihi. So now you say, it's halatul nasb, the hal here is halatul nasb, because it is the maf'ulun bihi, the done upon. Easy? Easy na? You all agree it's easy. So just do it like that. But please, next week I want to know, I'm going to ask, what's the names of your groups? Okay? So you're going to be in groups of 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever you decide, but next week you're going to give me the name of your group and watch which day you're sitting. Okay? So before we leave today, you must decide who's in your group and where and when you are sitting, and if you're going to make a group chat, use WhatsApp for good sometimes, you know. leave everything else that you do on WhatsApp, use WhatsApp for good a little bit, and then discuss when you're going to sit, at which time you're going to sit, at whose house you're going to sit, and try to have someone that's strong in the group as well. So you know, the blind can't lead the blind. So at least have one person that can see and has a little bit of insight that's going to assist the process of you coming together. You're going to tell me, no, we had a group, we did sit, we sat on this time, on this date, but nothing came from it. That's also going to be a problem. So please, 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 wallahi, this journey is a beautiful one, but the necessary steps have to be taken. You know, the necessary steps have to be taken. I can't come every week and I see the guys got a whole lot of blanks. And then I quickly want to run over to the ladies because I know the ladies are more intelligent, and then I come here and I also see some blanks, then I'm a bit worried. You know, but khair, it's understood the homework was a little bit much. I don't know, okay, I think Nasiha is going to be left out today. We're going to go up until 10 o'clock just with these exercises, and inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our efforts. That's the main thing. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our efforts. So, the next 2 words over here, we did that as a lesson 2 weeks ago, and it was something that is fairly easy. The word fi. There's a mistake on the word fi there. It's a fatha one, but it's fi. So just wrap out the fi. It's supposed to be fi. Fil masjidi. The word fi is a harf. It's a particle. It doesn't have any hal. Okay? The word fi, like the verb, doesn't have any hal. So you're going to look at the next word. Fil masjidi. Fil masjidi. What hal? Halatul jar. Now because you know it's halatul jar, you can say the hal is halatul jar, you have to give it the reason. So what's the reason? Because it's following the harf over there. So it's the ismul majroor, the ism connected to the harful jar, the ism that's connected to the word, the particle that causes it to be in halatul jar. A shortened way of saying this, if you look at the particle, you say jar, and the next word majroor. Jar, majroor. In the way that you do it, you say the hadi, or say, yes, harful jar, and then alif. Alif and Mim, Ismul Majroor. Harfu Jar, Ismul Majroor. So again, the word Masjidi. Masjidi is in what hal? Guys at the back, what hal? Harfu Jar. Ladies at the back. Ladies at the back. Harfu Jar. Why? Because of the particle. Ismul Majroor. That's all. So just break it up into those pieces. So this is a lesson that we did. Whenever you see a harf, the word after that is always going to be in halatul jar. Make reference to your notes. Whenever you see a harf, the word after that is always going to be in halatul jar. Good. And then another example to make it even easier. Fil madinati. Fi again is a harful jar. It's a particle. And the word al-madinati is in what hal? Halatul jar. You can see the sign there, the kasra is there. Why is it in halatul jar? Ismul majroor. Brothers here in front, with Ridwan, why is it in Halat Jar? Ismun Majroor, with Zain, why is it in Halat Jar? Ismun Majroor. Brother in the guy, what's your name again? Huzaifa, why is it in Halat Jar? It's Ismun Majroor. Everyone got that. Yazid, why is it in Halat Jar? Ismun Majroor. A brother in the orange, what's your name again? Sorry? Okay, I can't hear. But why is it in Halat Jar? Because of the particle that comes before that, it's Ismul Majroor. Everyone got that? Ladies, are you with us? So the number 4 is completely analyzed. There's a verb, there's a doer, there's a done upon, and there's 2 concepts after that. Harf jar, Ismul Majroor, Harf jar, Ismul Majroor. Everybody with us? Good. Now let's go to number 1. This is a sentence, as you can see. Fatimatu talibatun min al-Madinah. That Fatima, she's a student from the city. So immediately you know it forms a sentence. So you need to decide, is it Jumlatul Ismiya or Jumlatul Fi'liya? Jumlatul Ismiya. You know it's Jumlatul Ismiya because it starts with a ism, starts with a noun. So now the rules of Jumlatul Ismiya is going to apply. So what's the rules of Jumlatul Ismiya? Mubtada and Khabar. Mubtada and Khabar. So the word Fatimatu is in what hal? Hal to Raf. Why? Because it's the Mubtada. Because it's the Mubtada. That's all. If it's a sentence and it starts with the ism, not a verb, but ism, then it's going to be the Mubtada. It's going to be in Halat Raf. The reason is because it's the Mubtada. The Mubtada is always in Halat Raf. The word Talibatun is in what hal? Halat Raf. Why? It's the Khabar. It's the information about the Mubtada, about the ism that started the sentence. Yes. Yes. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. So someone made a comment now, another brother made a comment. He said, can you then take the rest of the sentence as a khabar and then break it up into its pieces? That's also fine. So you can say, Talibatun min al-Madinati. That whole thing is the khabar because it's information. And then you can break it down further once you understand that it is the khabar. So you can either say Fatima is the khabar, or you can say the whole sentence is the khabar, but then you still break it down once you've bracketed the rest of the sentence as a khabar. There's a question. Will the mubtada always be at the beginning? So it's either you're going to have a verb at the beginning, or you're going to have an ism at the beginning, one of the two. The noun at the beginning. It's going to be a verb, or it's going to be a noun. What other example could you get? See, so sometimes we try to preempt something that's not there. Don't think that far. Look at the structure over here. It's either going to be a verb, or it's either going to be an ism. If it's a verb, Jumlatul Fi'liya, apply the rules. Make reference to the lesson that you did there. If it's Jumlatul Ismiya, apply the rules over there, and that's all you need to do. And then again, very easily, Min al-Madinati. Min is a particle, it's a harf. So the word after that, you know immediately is going to be in what hal? Halatul jar. So the word al-Madinati is in what hal? Halatul jar. Why? Ismul Majroor. Ismul Majroor. Everyone got that? Isn't that easy? Everyone agree it's easy? Is there anyone that still needs to understand something here? Please put up your hand and we'll repeat it. And I see some of you are bored. It's like, okay. But we're trying, we want everyone to be on par here. So Fatima is the Mubtada. It's Halatul Raf. It's the Hal is Halatul Raf. You can see the Dhamma, and the reason is the Mubtada. Talibatun is the Khabar, and it's in Halatul Raf as well. Min al Madinati, jar majroor, or harful jar, and ismul majroor. Now again, here's another example. Ar-rajulu. This is a sentence. It's starting with the ism. What type of jumla is this? Jumlatul ismiya. It's clear. Jumlatul ismiya. So ar-rajulu is in what hal? Halatul Raf. Why? Because it is the mubtada. It's Halatul Raf because it is the mubtada. Does everyone have that? Put on the chair. You're happy with that? You're good? Okay. So Muslimun. Listen to the translation. Ar-rajulu, the man is a Muslim. Salihun, Muslimun salihun, is a pious Muslim, is a good Muslim. So now we have information about him. So the word Muslim is in what hal? Halatul Raf. Why? It's the khabar, it's the information about the man. Well done, yes. So as we just said previously, the whole section after the mubtada can be classified as the khabar, but then you can break it down further. Okay? So Muslimun salihun can be classified as the khabar, but then you need to analyze what is happening in that khabar if you choose the whole thing to be the khabar. Good. Everyone with us? Any questions? Now's your chance. No. I know you're so shy, but there's two people that don't learn. There's a saying that there's two people that don't learn. The mutakabbir, the arrogant person. Ik ken alles. He's never going to learn. And the person, whilst haya is something beautiful, whilst modesty is something beautiful, if you too modest, too shy, because, no, I'm too shy, I don't want to ask, you also don't learn. So rather, at this point in time, there's a class environment, no question is stupid. Rather here than going home and making up your own stuff and coming to your own conclusions. Here is a little bit of guidance, inshallah. Little bit of guidance. So, Muslimun is the khabar, it's Halatul Raf. Salihun is in what hal? Halatul Raf as well. Why? It is the Yes? Yes. Guys, Salihun is what hal? I hear ladies answer, mashallah, there's some guys amongst us. Guys, Salihun is in what hal? Raf. Why? It's the sifa to Muslimun. It's the sifa, it's a description of the word Muslim. So if you look at your Mawsuf sifa, construction, description, gender applies. If it just agrees with the word before that, in all four instances, gender, increasing number, and definiteness, then it is a correct Mawsuf sifa construction. That is the sifa. So again, ar-rajulu is the mubtada, it's in Halatul Raf. Muslimun is the khabar, it's in Halatul Raf. And the word salihun is the sifa of the word Muslimun, and thus the reason for it, the sabab, is because it is the sifa, it is Halatul Raf. Everyone with us? We'll do one example, and then one more example, and our time is up. And next week we'll continue immediately, inshallah, with some analysis, and we'll try to see how far we can get without, stopping the progress of the new lessons as well. So quickly, Ramadanu shahrun mubarakun. Here you can see it's a sentence. It's one of two sentences. It's either Jumlatul Ismiya or Jumlatul Fi'liya. Which one is it? Jumlatul Ismiya. So apply the rules of Jumlatul Ismiya. Jumlatul Ismiya is a mubtada and a khabar. So this word Ramadanu is in what hal? It's Halatul Raf. It's Halatul Raf. Why? It's the mubtada. Everyone got that now? I think that is clear now. That is clear. I don't think that needs to be explained again. So that should be your natural answer now. If it's a sentence that starts with the ism, it is your mubtada. Shahrun. Shahrun is in what hal? Halatul Raf. Does everyone agree with that? Everyone agree with that? Yes. Why is it in Halatul Raf? Khabar. So again, you can take the rest of the sentence after Ramadan as the khabar, but it still needs to be broken down. So either you say shahrun is a khabar, or the whole thing, shahrun mubarakun, that's the information, that's the khabar, but we're still going to break the word down. So the word mubarakun is supposed to be a tanween over there. It's supposed to be a tanween over there. Mubarakun is what, how? Halatu raf. Halatu raf, why? It's the sifa of the word shahrun. It's the sifa of the word shahrun. Everyone got that? And the last example, al-Qur'anu. Again, this is a sentence. It's starting with the ism. So it's a jumlatul ismiya. The word al-Qur'anu is in what hal? Raf'un. Why? Because it's the mubtada. The word kitabun, what hal? So raf. Why isn't halat raf? What's the reason? Sabab? It's the khabar of the mubtada. And again, you can put, I'm saying it again, you can put the rest of the information together, but we're going to break it down and analyze it. Jamilun is in what hal? Rafun. Why? It's the sifa of the word kitabun. It's the sifa of the word kitabun. Did that help? Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. So again, remember your groups. Set up a group. Set up when you're going to sit. Set up where you're going to sit. And in your group, try to have someone that's, at least knows more or less what is happening. And this is definitely going to assist you on this journey, inshallah. May Allah accept. Jazakallah khair wa akhiru da'wana. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. The break is still quarter past 10.